Someone that should not run for president is probably Kevin Durant.
Should not anymore.
Because he may call people in the country some bad words.
That's a bad word. Timmy.
Basically, KD had his conversations leaked with Michael Rappaport, who's basically like this online internet personality. Rappaport's a Brooklyn guy. KD's on the Brooklyn Nets. Rappaport doesn't like KD because he went to the Warriors.
He was an actor. I don't know why I thought he was an actor.
I think he has acted before.
He has acted. I actually watched him on a Netflix show called Atypical.
Spike Lee gave him a platform on some shows as well, I think.
Yeah, I just know he was the dad that got cheated on by the weird looking wife in that movie or in that show.
So basically, KD said some allegedly homophobic stuff in his DMs with what's his name, Rappaport, and Rappaport leaked them. And that was really weird because you're not supposed to leak DMs, especially with like a celebrity type of person. That's just like kind of against the code, I guess. And KD got fined $50,000 for saying these bad words.
Or
who fined him?
The NBA.
NBA. They do that.
They do that?
Yeah.
They fine players for things that they say online?
Yeah, well, I mean, if they get published, yeah, that violates the good conduct thing that we were talking about before. The NBA definitely holds their players to like good conduct standards.
The NBA at one point made their players wear suits to every press conference.
Yeah.
Like you could not wear a do-rag at a press conference.
Wasn't that like the big thing with AI?
That was the big thing with AI.
Because AI was like, I'm not doing this.
Yeah, this was back in 2003.
So now they don't.
Now they don't care.
Yeah, I mean, they still encourage you to dress respectfully and stuff. Most players do because, but like there are players that'll pull up. Like the thing that I've seen a lot of players do is they'll pull up to press conferences in their jerseys just because it's comfortable and professional because your profession is basketball.
Yeah.
And that works out pretty fine. That's a pretty happy medium.
Okay.
So how do we feel about KD getting his DMs leaked? Because this didn't look the best for KD. To me, it just seemed very immature, the things he was saying in those DMs. He said some very specific. I don't want to repeat them, but he just said.
Man, just said. I mean, don't repeat all of that, but paraphrase it as you did.
He called Michael Rappaport someone who blows straws of other men, essentially, in a much more explicit terminology.
You were okay with saying that?
Yeah,
but
like,
not...
I can't believe blows straws
of other men. Does that? He called him a
that's
cocksucker.
What, that's
okay?
what you
He
called
him a cocksucker.
Wait. Let's talk about that. Straws?
Yeah, straws.
That's not a term.
Why not? When I think of blowing, I think of
no one ever blows into a straw.
Yes, you do. You have to wait, right?
You suck through a straw. Nobody blow. Well, I mean that's probably never mind. That's
I can't believe just to avoid saying that you
you
up
avoid
with
saying
this
cocksucker
whole
by saying
other
blow
thing.
straws. That is
Anyway.
infinitely weirder.
He said some. Now, obviously, this stuff is homophobic because it's like you're using it in a very negative connotation. You're calling this person a cocksucker, which means you're trying to basically say that they're a bad person for doing this sexual act because they're a man.
I believe the exact language he used was "you suck other men's cock," and I think that's the thing that makes it homophobic. Which I mean, technically, it doesn't really matter because, like, I mean,
he was using it in a way to say he was negative.
Let's not say that.
The thing about KD was just it's weird. It's like you're so old and you're still using these like childish like no homo type of terms.
Yeah, that's the thing that I couldn't quite understand. It's like you would think because I mean let's just examine who KD is, right? He's been attacked by everybody since he was playing at Texas. Actually, since probably before that, right? But we really got like knowledge of the fact that people were attacking him and gunning for him, and he became the best player to come out of his draft. He's probably one of the most famous not number one picks ever. It's like him and Jordan, and then the people that were picked before them, was it Sam Bowie or something?
Yes,
and
Greg
Oden.
Yeah,
forever people are just like Sam Bowie he wasn't even terrible. It's just you're the guy that was selected instead of Jordan. So, sucks to be you. But right, he's been attacked his entire adult life, right? How is it possible that after hearing every insult in the book, the thing you came up with in terms of an insult back to this guy was cocksucker? Really?
It just shows that he has some deep hidden like beliefs about using that word in a negative way, and it's like, why, bro?
That's why people believe that, that. Because my thing is like, I've met 15-year-olds who have whole roast battles at the lunch table that are just so much more creative than that.
Right. Like, you could have called him so many better things.
Was that the angry? Like, have you seen Michael Rappaport? He gives you a lot to work with. Like, a lot.
Yeah.
Like,
I think he called him pale or something like that.
Yeah, I mean, come on, man.
Using those terms are weird, bro. Especially, like, I'm not saying he had to expect that they would get leaked, but like
be a little more intellectual. Call him
Yeah.
translucent.
Right.
Like you know how much that would hurt.
I feel like he wanted to be like, yo, I'm from the streets, because he was also like, yo, meet me on 7th Ave. It's like, you're not gonna beat up. So do you know how much money you would lose if you assaulted
If I was
somebody?
Michael Rappaport, I'd be like, yeah, I'm on my way there. I'm on my way right there. Right now, I'm calling an Uber. In fact, it's an Uber luxury, an Uber black, whatever you want to call it. I'll meet you right there.
I'll meet you right now.
I'm sorry. Give me the time exactly. Okay.
It's like this
Just
whole,
let
it was this
911
weird
know.
tough guy persona, because like, yes, let's say he meets you on 17th and 11th. What are you gonna do? You're worth like $500 million. You're gonna beat up some guy on a
Man.
broken Achilles heel now?
He'd be punching me and I'd be like this. Whoopty. I'll be in there. And I'm
I'll
like,
be taking those punches with happiness. Be like, each punch is probably gonna cost him $1 million.
every time I get hit, I'm like, oh God, that is so much money. Oh my God, do it again. Right, but like I don't really understand what any of this is. So straight off the like right off the bat, I don't understand what these messages even were. But the real controversy is not about Kevin Durant being a childish insulter, and like it's really about, one, the fact that they were leaked, which
Yes.
I mean, I agree with you, wrong, right? Shouldn't have been leaked. And two, about the way the NBA handled it.
Yes.
Right. So the NBA's handling of it was pretty straightforward. They were just like, KD, you got to make an apology, and we're going to make a brouhaha about how we don't tolerate this. We're going to fine you $5,000, and you're not playing anyway, so you're going to be out of the public eye. So we don't really even have to suspend you like that.
Right.
Because you're like injured. Right. So nobody's really going to make a big deal out of it. Everyone's going to defend you because you're a star eventually, and people will inevitably forget about it because an NBA without KD is worse than an NBA with KD.
Right.
So, let's just get past the PR scandal that this is, and let's get on with it, right? And it's almost over. Like I can feel it slowly.
Yeah, I mean,
drifting
people
away.
really don't care that much anymore.
Yeah.
It's just now this comparison to the guy who said the racist thing about or the anti-Semitic thing.
Yeah, I got a message about that.
Yes.
So one of my friends that I actually love debating this person because I mean just trash, just terrible NBA takes period. But they were just like,
That's just sound in the background.
oh okay,
That's just part
Really?
of the studio. Yeah, it's from the background of the basement.
oh okay. Sorry, that sounds like an audience. We should use that more often. We
Yo,
should
that'd
say
be
something.
funny.
We gotta find a way to time that. We should say something, and we should get that Oprah audience. That's like an organic audience.
It's like
sound.
a 90s
It sounds like
TV show. Clapping.
Yeah.
Could you imagine if
Woo!
we had an audience listening to us while we talk literally in the room?
Yeah, but I mean,
That'd be funny.
We gotta get past COVID first.
We also have to have a bigger studio, David. That's like,
I mean,
like COVID has nothing to do with it.
I mean, yeah, but like to me, that's a
we
given.
also got to get people who are like fans of us to show up and buy
to me,
tickets.
well, yeah, but to me, that's a given. All that stuff is coming.
Live shows.
I see.
Podcasters do live shows all the time.
Yeah, but to do a live show, you got to have a huge.
Yeah, but I
audience,
see the
bro.
vision already. To me, that's certain. That's happening.
We're gonna
What's
be-
not? It's more likely that COVID will remain forever than we will not be famous. To me,
Yo, if we get on stage and we just get to talk.
that's inevitable, bro.
But when you're on stage and you're doing a podcast live, I feel like the pressure is so intense.
I don't care.
Because literally those people are waiting for you to say something meaningful.
I don't care. I
You
was
can't
made for
just
this.
like be kicking it with your boys. Like you actually have to be on your game.
I was made for this. I don't care. I was born for this, made for this, bred for this.
Okay.
This is what I do. Anyway, so the big thing here though is just like I was talking to this guy and he was just like, hey, KD is not going to be punished to the same degree as Myers Leonard
Right.
for saying that anti-Semitic slur. And I was like, I was like, exactly. I was like he's not going to be held the same because they're not the same thing. Right? One of them was done in private, another one was done on stream. I think Myers Leonard is getting punished for being legitimately stupid, right? KD, he couldn't control that Rappaport put that out. Right? It's the same thing with ESPN and this Paul Pierce thing, right? It's like we're punishing you for you intentionally putting this out.
Right.
Right, and even though Myers Leonard didn't do it intentionally, right? It's like you were on stream; it was your platform, and you decided to do this, right? So that's what happens. Second thing, they actually did get punished the same by the NBA. That's what happened. You're actually incorrect, right? What happened was that KD what's it called? KD got fined $50,000. Myers Leonard got fined $50,000. The difference was KD didn't get traded. Myers Leonard did, and Myers Leonard got traded to a team where he's pretty much not going to be playing. One, Myers Leonard is also injured, which is a really weird thing. It seems like injured people have a lot of time to say fucked up shit. So that the NBA might want to do something about how they deal with injured players. Period. But he got traded for one simple reason. Pat Riley's the GM of the Miami Heat.
Right.
The GM of the Miami Heat, which was the team that Myers Leonard was on, was a Jewish person, I believe, right?
Yeah.
And you called this person an anti-Semitic slur while you were under the ownership and purview of a Jewish person. You're done.
And you were bad at basketball.
Yeah, you're also like you're so not good at basketball that the Miami Heat are putting a 6'9" center ahead of you while you're in your prime. Myers Leonard's in his prime, and a guy that is literally not tall enough to play the position technically is playing that position. And he's better than you. Like,
yeah, that's true.
miles better than you. Bam Adebayo is phenomenal. He's just way better than you. You were brought in as a backup for sure. So, at this point, it's just like there are so many things working against you that unloading you is just the obvious move for Pat Riley to make, and he sent you somewhere that you're not going to like. You're going from South Beach to Oklahoma City. I don't know. I don't know what you do there, but good luck with that. Right? KD's a star.
No one's unloading KD. But the thing is, like, we're just going to forget about this controversy so quickly, it seems.
The point that he was attempting to make, though, was that the NBA, he was attempting to make a claim that the NBA really punishes, like, white people but doesn't punish black people. Because he was also like, Montrezl Harrell didn't get anything for calling Luka a white boy. And I was like, yeah, because Luka's white. Like, I didn't understand that.
Called him a bitch ass white boy.
Yeah, in my mind, was it the first part? Was it the first part that was getting him in trouble? Because I don't know what part of that's an insult. Because Luka dropped like 40 on him after that. Like, what are you doing?
The thing is, if Luka said black boy, though, that would be.
Yeah, absolutely.
It doesn't feel the same.
Yeah, absolutely. But that's because of the connotation of the word boy on black people.
Yes.
That's because there's a historical legacy. White boy. I'm sorry to say this. You don't have the historical legacy that makes a lot of things offensive to you because you are part of the reason everyone else does. So the problem with you saying, oh, but it's not fair, what if we just change this word is... that doesn't matter. I'm sorry that I have to be the one to say this to you, but history dictates that that's just not the same thing. And I don't know why white people are so quick to want to be offended.
I have a question. There's a Drake bar called I should probably be signed to Hit Boy because I got all the hits, boy. Mm-hmm. Do you think the boy at the end of that sentence has anything to do with what the conversation we're having here? Like if a white person repeated that line, I got all the hits, boy, because I should be signed to Hits, boy.
I don't think so.
I think there's like a feeling there.
I think it's the context you use it in. Like the word boy, it's a specific context.
It refers to a boy as a slave, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, because in that case, boy is an exclamation, not a noun, right?
Right.
Yeah, boy, right?
Yeah.
I'm not attempting to call you a boy.
Yeah.
It's just an exclamation.
Right.
Like, bruh. Like
the connotation, and it's who you're saying it to. It's how you're saying it. I think a lot of those things factor in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he's adamant that the NBA does not punish black people. And here's the wild part. I'm going to agree with him to some degree. Yeah. You know why? Because all your white people are expendable in the NBA as well. I'm not even going to lie. All of them are shooters and bench players minus like 5. So I don't really know how to help you with that. Also, if they were punishing every black person, the NBA wouldn't be a league.
Yeah, if there were no black people in the NBA, that shit would not exist, bro.
I don't know. Honestly, it would get real boring real fast. Yeah. But in my mind, I was just like, you know what? I kind of understand your point, but the problem with this is you're comparing apples and oranges, or in this case, you're comparing Myers Leonard's and Kevin Durant's. They're in 2 different leagues, and that's just how it goes. I mean, this entire scandal just makes not a lot of sense to me. Yeah. Because everyone is wrong. Michael Rappaport is wrong for leaking the DMs, right? The NBA is weird for how they decided to talk about this and how they decided to handle it. I don't think they're wrong, but it's just the entire situation was handled a little weird because they're trying to move past it very quickly. Kevin Durant is wrong for saying those things and for generally being really childish. Like
that's the word. I think he's just being childish.
Bro, that was such a lame diss. And the thing about it is Kevin Durant is so sensitive as a human. We've seen it several times. Yeah. Again, one of the few people whose moms has had to come on TV to defend him because he was hurt. And that's not to say that Stephen A. Smith didn't go too far and the comments weren't getting excessive, but bruh, Your Mama was on ESPN. I mean, the guy is sensitive for sure, which is why this entire thing is not going to look well on him. He just got to come back and ball up. That's what we need. If Kevin Durant wants to move past this quickly, he needs to come back and drop 40.
The thing is, if he wins the championship, no one's going to care about this. That's the thing.
Yeah.
Winning.
You think the Brooklyn Nets are unloading him for this? Please.
Yeah.
After all the work they did to get him, James Harden, and Kyrie together, and then bring Blake Griffin and Marcus Aldridge on there,
Yeah.
we going for the chip now.